What is up, ladies and gentlemen, Cjthecheesedj here, and we are back with another top 5 video, and today we are taking a look at top 5 trolliest dinos. That's right, top 5 trolliest dinos. Now this one is a little bit of just a fun one, much like the ugliest, the cutest ones, those sort of ones. So we're kicking off the list now. We're going to get straight into it, going from the number 5 to number 1 in order, obviously, if that makes sense to you guys. It should make perfect sense, makes sense to me, so make sure, you know what, you get what I'm saying. So let's get into the list. Now we're going to base these guys on just like the general annoyances and just how much of a pain in the butt they are to deal with, and you know, just how much of a pain in the butt they are to try and chase after, take them down and whatnot. So let's get into the list. Coming in at number 5, we have the Picomastixes. Now these guys are big pains in the butts because they steal your gear and then they run off with it, and you pretty much have to kill them before they manage to get away with it in order to get your gear back. Now the worst part is they will take it off your hotbar slot. The only way they won't take your items off your hotbar slot is if you have an item in. You can see this Picomastic just took our freaking chest piece, and we were wearing, is it the one we were wearing? No, it wasn't the one we were wearing, but it just took our tech chest piece. Like, that's how crazy these guys are, and unless you have something in the final slot of your inventory, they will take their own choice of items from your inventory. Could be anything. You can see that we just lost our Allosaurus saddle to this guy, and you know, sometimes when you're running in the deep jungle, obviously here isn't a very good example because we're out in the grassland and we can actually see these guys, but when you are deep in the forest and you can't really see much in front of you, and these guys come around and they steal your items, chances are you're not going to be able to find them ever again. And if you've got valuable gear on you, well, you can say goodbye to that gear because the Picomastixes will take it, and then you've got to find their corpses after you kill them. So that's why these guys are number 5 on this list as one of the trolliest dinos in all of Ark. Now, before we continue on to the next one, just want to quickly say, guys, that these are based on my opinion and my opinion only, so do take that into mind when watching the video. Let's continue. And don't you just absolutely love it when you go for a little bit of a dip, or you know, you're trying to just cross a little ravine of water, and you just get absolutely swarmed by Mega Piranhas. That's right, number 4 on this list are the Mega Piranhas. These guys are one of the trolliest dinos in all of the game. They absolutely shred you with their damage. Look at that, they're hitting as hard as some of the dinos in the game. The Mega Piranhas are absolutely crazy, and that is why they are number 4, because they are found in pretty much every single river located throughout Ark, and they deal a crap ton of damage. Coming in at number 3, we have the Icy Thornesses. Now, these guys are like the Picomastixes, except they're the flying equivalent, and they are a huge pain in the butt. Essentially what these guys do is any food items that you have on you that they can consume, they will take them off you and they will eat it. Now, this has only happened to me as far as I'm aware. It's embarrassing to admit, but a while back when we were actually first starting up and playing on our own Ragnarok server, we had wyvern eggs. We were leaving a tribe that we didn't really like the looks of, and we were leaving a tribe and we had our wyvern eggs that we had gathered ourselves with us, and we were just chilling on the beach, roughly not too far from this spot, and these Icy Thornesses actually stole our eggs off us, and they ate them, the bastards. So you can't even get them back. Once they actually eat the food that they take off you, you can't get it back, much like the Picomastixes where you can actually get it back. So these guys do take your food items and they eat it, not giving it back. And on that day is the day that I lost a 180 wyvern egg, poison one, and then I think I like a 175 lightning wyvern egg. I was not a happy cookie. That's why these guys are number 3 on this list. Don't you love it when you're just strolling along for a wee little walk and freaking Troodons jump you? That's right, Troodons, oh my god, look at them all. Troodons are number 2 on this list, and you can see why these guys are absolutely nuts. Not only do they send your torpor crazy high, they are capable of knocking you out and killing you. You can currently see we're not able to be knocked out because we have creative mode activated, but these guys will absolutely shred through your armor, through your torpor, and you'll be knocked out. One or two of their bites and you are easily knocked out. Now, as well as that, these guys are incredibly fast, so they're very difficult to outrun. You can see here we've got a crazy high amount of movement speed, but if you don't have, you know, I think, what is our movement speed? I think it's like 130. I think if you have below 120, you'll actually won't be able to outrun Troodons, and these guys only get worse at nighttime. They get so much more powerful. The aggro range becomes so much more larger. These guys are something you definitely don't want to face, and that is why they're one of the trolliest, because you're just walking around minding your own business like I just was, and Troodons pop out and they jump you, knocking you out, killing you, taking all your loot, making sure someone else gets it so they loot your dead corpse, and that's why the Troodons are number 2 on this list. And finally, coming in at number 1 is the Microraptors. You saw there, we didn't stand a chance against them. They just knocked us off the mount. Now, these guys are pretty much rarely found. Well, not rarely. They're pretty much found throughout the redwood biome. And you can see there, once you manage to get out through the stun phase, you can try and kill them. However, they still try and swarm you, and they are normally found in packs. So you do have to be careful. And the redwoods is normally filled with stuff that just wants to straight out kill you. Like, not even joking. And these guys are the fastest creatures in the game. And you can see there, if you're surrounded by, you know, terror birds and whatnot, if we didn't have creative mode activated, those terror birds would have killed us thanks to the Microraptor knocking us off our Thylacoleo mount. You know, you get a chance to get back on him and they can easily just knock you back off again. And like I said, there is no outrunning them because they are one of the worst creatures that you can come up against because they knock you off, especially when you're surrounded by other creatures, deadly creatures such as Carnos, Thylacoleos, terror birds, especially in the redwoods. Even the die bears, although they don't get hostile till you get close to them, they still can pose a huge threat to you. That's why the Microraptors are number 1 on this list. Alrighty guys, that'll conclude today's video. Let me know what you thought of the list down below, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one.